Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can make the playoffs. They're still in it, but they're going to need a lot of things to go their way heading into Monday Night Football here in Week 16. 9 things have to go right for the Bucs to make the playoffs, and there's a 1 in 625 chance that those things happen. So it's not looking good for the Bucs. If they beat the Saints last week, would have been Buccaneers fans would be bracing for the playoffs, but instead they're down to 8 and 7. They're a game back on the 6th seed, and they need a lot of stuff to happen. First off, Monday night starts right here today. They need a Dallas win at home against the Lions. Pretty good chance of that happening. So the Bucs should still be in playoff contention heading into Week 17. They start off, they just need a win against the Panthers. They can't go into the playoffs without a win. So again, pretty good chance of that happening. Still looking pretty nice for the Bucs. Still have a good chance of making the playoffs. They also need the Colts to beat the Jaguars again. Decent chance of that happening. And they also need the Titans to beat the Texans. Again, it's not extremely unlikely. Then comes the big boy here. Actually, we're going to skip over to Sunday night. The Lions have to beat the Packers on Sunday night. I mean, Packers are playing very good football, but again, it could happen. It's not unlikely. It's not, it's not like the Browns are beating the Patriots or something like that. Again, possible, very possible. And then you have the two things that really. Sorry. The Cowboys also have to beat the Eagles. It looks like a 4:25 game right there. So again, no, it's a 1 o'clock game. Sorry, it's a 1 o'clock game. So again, still very likely. Cowboys beating the Eagles, Lions beating the Packers, Colts beating the Jaguars, Bucs beating the Panthers, Titans beating the Texans, Cowboys beating the Lions. Definitely not out of the picture. Very possible. But now they have to have the 49ers win against the Seahawks. 49ers are 2 and 13. And those 2 wins both came against the Rams in Week 1 and Week 16. I don't really see them beating the Seahawks. But even if that happens, here comes the real big kicker. The Washington Redskins have to lose against the Giants. Just kidding, they can't lose, they have to tie. If all of those last 8 things I said happen, and the Washington Redskins win, the Redskins are in the playoffs. If all of those things happen and the Redskins lose, they lose to the Giants, the Packers are in the playoffs. But what needs to happen is that the Redskins tie to the Giants, and then the Bucs are in the playoffs. Pretty crazy. And if everything happens but the Seahawks beat the 49ers, Bucs are out. They need all 9 of those things to happen for them to make the playoffs. 1 in a 625 chance that those things happen. So unfortunately for the Bucs, this season was a success. They'll probably still get a winning record at 9 and 7. But they're probably not going to the playoffs. Almost certainly not going to the playoffs. And we'll be ready to see either the Redskins or the Packers in the playoffs. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll talk about how the Redskins can make the playoffs later, but the Buccaneers, I'm sorry, but you're probably not making the playoffs. A tie. If that actually happens, I don't know what to say. If the Redskins tie, just wow. Okay, so unfortunately for the Bucs, you're probably not making the playoffs, but the Packers are pretty happy. They're in prime position to make it, along with the Lions. We'll see if they can clinch a playoff spot on Monday night with a win.